In the last lesson, we learned that these geometric sequences have a very unique shape to them. We end up with this gigantic growth when we look at these kind of patterns. And this actually will lead us to something called an exponential function. And you can see here we've got our essential question, what are the key features, and what real world situations are modeled by those functions. New vocabulary terms, we're going to go back to domain. You should be familiar. Exponential function, exponential growth, decay, the initial value, the range, the rate of growth, and the rate of decay. Let's get into some definitions. Exponential functions are functions in this form here. So f of x equals a times b raised to some power, where a is initial value and b is the rate of growth or decay. So what values of b make a growth function? So anytime that base is greater than 1, we'll end up with exponential growth. When we end up with exponential decay, b will be somewhere between 0 and 1, which basically means it's going to be a fraction that's less than 1. And you'll never see a negative b in these instances. Let's look at some examples to break it down a little bit more. For each of these problems, we want to do three things. We want to determine if it's a growth or a decay model, and it gives you a hint to trace with your finger from left to right. So you can see here, if I trace this blue line, it decreases. So that's obviously decay. The next question asks about the initial value, and the initial value is wherever it crosses the x or the y-axis, excuse me. So our initial value here would be 1. Finally, it asks about the rate of growth or decay. So I need to kind of figure out some extra points here. Either this point at -1, trying to get it on there, or this point at +1, I want to figure out what that value is there. My pen's not working, there we go. So it looks like if I wanted to figure this out, remember you take any value and you divide it by the previous value. So it looks like right here, this one here, it looks like it's at 2. So if I took this value here, since it is decay, remember, it should be some number between 0 and 1. So if I took this number here, which was 1, and I divided it by the previous y value, which looks like it's 2, it looks like my b, my rate of growth or decay, is 1/2. This b value is going to be the same as our common ratio that we found in geometric sequences. It's that same value. So we can see that this graph is halving. It's going down by 1/2 for each number. The next one, rate, is this one growing or decaying? Well, from left to right, it appears to be increasing, so this is growth. It looks like my initial value, or where it crosses the y-axis, is at 2. I've already put in a second dot here so that I can calculate my b. So it looks like my b value is equal to, it looks like it starts at 4 on the y-axis, and I would divide that by 2. So b is going to equal 4 divided by 2 would simply be 2. So my a and my b are the same number. That can happen. I'd like to ask you guys, for example C, is this one a growth or is this one a decay model? I know you were able to figure that out. That was a decay. It is decreasing. Then I'm going to give you a hint here. What is this value? That's our a value. Yes, a equals 3. So I know you were able to get that. And then finally, this one's a little trickier, so I'll help you out. I'm going to put a point at 1 here. And you can see that the y value is 1 as well. So we take that one, and then we go back to that 0 value. The previous point is at 3. So our b here is decreasing by 1/3 each time. Let's take a look at a table of values and an exponential function. So this one does say these are exponential functions. First, let's look at the y values and see as x is increasing, is y going up or down? Is it increasing or decreasing? In this case, it's decreasing. So this is a decay model. Next, we want to find that initial value, that a, and that will always happen when your x value equals 0. The y value is your initial value. So here it's 100. How do we find b? We can take the first two, or even the last two, whichever one's easier. I'm going to take the first two y values. Take the second one, the 25, and divide it by the one before it, the 100. And make sure you reduce that. So that's going to reduce to 1/4. And finally, we're going to put this all together in a function this time. Remember, this is the form of the function, a times b raised to the x. So we're just going to replace that a and the b with our values. We end up with f of x equals 100 times 1/4 raised to the x. So it's really important you put parentheses around those fractions especially. In this one, I want you guys to tell me, is this one increasing or decreasing? So is it growth or is it decay? Of course, this one is growth. Now, this one will also be a little trickier to find a because you can see I don't have a 0. But so let's figure out what our b value is first. If I take that second y value and divide it by the previous one, and you can do this at any point, take a value, divide it by the previous one, looks like my b value is 3. So if I want to return to x equals 0, I need to go back 3 times. So 6 divided by 3, that means my y value, my initial value, would be 2. Sometimes they're tricky like that, and you just have to think them through to figure out what that 0 value would be. My exponential function, I'm going to let you pick which one you think it is. And it should have been f of x equals 2 times 3 raised to the x.